College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya, an all-inclusive experience, by Bon Voyage Travel, exclusive provider of team travel and fan travel for the Cancun Challenge, and by Triple Crown Sports, destination locations, signature memories, professional staff.
This was the transformation from the ballroom here in the Hard Rock Riviera to a basketball court and arena. And Coach, I know you spent a lot of hours making sure all the bleachers were up just right and the court was in place and ready to go.
No question about it. You got to do it all. It's great here.
Here's our starting lineups for the Panthers and Mountaineers. All right, Pete, who are a few players that we need to identify beyond Green and, of course, Shibwe?
Yeah, there's a lot of good players. Northern Iowa, you got to watch out. Trey Burhow knocked down a 3-ball for the Panthers in West Virginia. I really like Evan Matthews Jr., a small forward, can knock down a 3. Very athletic, really finished strong last season.
Fun matchup tonight, and always it's enjoyable when Bob Huggins is on the sideline, fourth among active coaches as far as wins, and hoping to build on what was a 15-21 year last season into an even better campaign and off to a good beginning.
Yeah, Bob's a great coach. I coached at Xavier University for 9 years. We banged heads with Bob Huggins when he was at University of Cincinnati, a fabulous coach.
There's Ben Jacobson. He has made quite a career at Northern Iowa, his 13th season as the head man with the Panthers. And who will ever forget that Sweet 16 appearance several years ago when they knocked off Kansas.
Unbelievable win. Number 1 ranked Kansas. Number 1 going into the tournament overall. And Ali Farouk Manesh hits a big-time 3 to seal that game.
First meeting between the Panthers and Mountaineers, and it comes south of the border in Cancun.
It's going to be a great defensive battle in the mud, in the glue, in Bloody Nose Lane.
Shibwe to the rim, and that's how this game begins.
Yep. Best incoming freshman in the country, Oscar Shibwe.
And there was a takeaway by Jermaine Haley.
That was a 6'7" senior from Vancouver, British Columbia.
Mountaineers come in averaging 75 points a game over their first 4.
2 different types of defense. Northern Iowa is in the paint, packing it in, pack line defense. West Virginia, conversely, is way out in the lane, trying to deny every pass, contest everything.
There's A.J. Green, and that's a good beginning for Northern Iowa.
Yeah, they've been shooting only 26% coming in. They shot 36% from downtown last year. This year, only 26% coming into this game. Big, big shot for the sophomore.
More than half of his attempts come from distance, knocked in that 3-pointer.
Those are the guys we talked about. You picked it up, Brett. Oscar with a shot fake. Boom, 6'9", 255. Yeah, this guy, he's not a Green player. His name Green, but bang. Coach's son. Great start for both these young men.
I love it when a plan comes together. The 2 guys we featured in the open, and we'll see a lot of them tonight.
Yeah, you called it, Brett. I was going for Gogi or Booby, one of those guys.
Culver had his path cut off. Goes with their right hand. And the rebound hauled in by Isaiah Brown.
Now take your time. If you're Northern Iowa, slow the game down. Try to anesthetize West Virginia. I know what the word means, but you got to slow it down.
But coach, this Northern Iowa team, they love to shoot threes, but there's Brown to the rim for an easy basket.
Exactly. They shoot a little bit better now from three-point land. They take 27 a game, Brett. That's a lot of threes. They're letting West Virginia pass anywhere they want. Just pack it in tight. Make them shoot over you. That's their philosophy.
Tough pass to Matthews. He caught it but didn't finish. Back to disrupt was Austin Fife.
Yep, taking their time. Brown takes it out. Take their time.
A.J. Green with a nice find and an easy lay-in for Fife.
Nice pick and roll. Great start for the Panthers. It's a big, big game for both teams, but Missouri Valley Conference and Northern Iowa, big game. If they can knock off this fabulous team from West Virginia, it would be great for Northern Iowa. most of all, but also for the conference, for their net, the old RPI rating. Games in November count, big time, and December.
Jordan McCabe, such a key part of what West Virginia will do tonight. Knocks in the long-range jumper.
Yep, big-time shot. Coach Huggin told us yesterday when you and I spoke with him that he's the heart of the team, McCabe. Tough, hard-nosed player.
Heart and soul of the team, and Isaiah Brown can't hit from distance. There's Derek Culver clearing the grass.
Yep. Leading returning rebounder in the Big 12. At 8 double-doubles last season to lead the Big 12.
Physical drive by Haley. He ends up out of bounds. Panther basketball.
No blood, no foul. Play on.
And UNI can't push with that advantage.
No. They got to take their time now. They got to know who they are. You can't go get rushed. They don't have quite the athleticism or the scoring power of the West Virginia Mountaineers.
Trey Burhow with the miss. Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Week, a red-hot shooter, but not that time. Sheboy fighting for position. How about Fife with the takeaway?
Doing a great job. He was hurt last year, only played in 7 games. They missed that inside scoring of Fife.
So many Iowa natives on this Northern Iowa team, and there's a whistle.
Got a great battle here in Cancun. Hard Rock, Riviera Maya, stick with us.
It's just that time you get to spend together. You know, we had an opportunity, of course, to go to the Coliseum, go to the Vatican, you know, do the kinds of things that, you know, once in a lifetime type of experiences. And then, you know, the part that I think is even more beneficial than that is sitting around the hotel playing cards with the guys, or you're on the bus together and you're playing well, what I call the old board game Risk. I'm not sure what it's called right now when we pass the iPad around, but, you know, we're on the bus and my son and I and one of our closest friends, and we're playing that on the bus, and the guys are doing other stuff. So that aspect of it is the best part of the trip, and it was again for us this year.
Part of the trip to Italy this past summer for Northern Iowa. And I had a coach, Pete, tell me not that long ago, you can't screw up Italy.
No, Italy's an unbelievable country. I love it. It's my favorite country in Europe. And when I was a head coach of Virginia, we went to France, Belgium, and Germany on a 10-day trip. We played 6 games. It was great. The bonding, though, that's the most important. Not the basketball. We didn't practice at all. We played the games. It was just the bonding, going on a river cruise down the Rhine River, you know, doing sightseeing. It's tremendous.
And, Coach, it also allowed players like Austin Fife and Tywan Pickford to get some valuable minutes after missing time last year as a jumpstart to this season.
Exactly. No, that was big. No question about it. Just the bonding, as Coach Jacobson said. Being together, getting to know each other, getting adjusted. We had different roommates, different trips, different places we went, so different countries. So it was a great experience for us, and it helped us that one year Virginia go to the NCAA tournament.
Pickford lost that ball on the baseline. And the Mountaineers trying to find some rhythm offensively as Northern Iowa's packed it in defensively.
Yep, they packed it in, and they're slowing it down, the tempo. West Virginia wants to get up and down, run and gun, chuck and duck, heave and leave. These guys want to play slow, and they'll run when they can, but they'd rather have the game in the 60s. West Virginia wants a game in the 80s.
Pretty good contest by Green on the shot from McCabe. And there's a tie-up and the arrow in favor of UNI.
Yep.
I think Northern Iowa understands they have to go to the glass because this West Virginia Mountaineer team, they will pound the boards to try and get those offensive rebounds.
As you know, Brett, West Virginia was the leading offensive rebounding team in the country last year. They had 525 offensive rebounds. The year before, the leading offensive rebound in the country. So they don't shoot it great all the time, but they go get it. They go get it. It's Coach Huggins, great coach. Kids play hard. They love him because he's consistent. He yells at the best guy and a guy off the bench.
He yells at everybody, right?
He yells at everybody, but he's a great coach. He's done an unbelievable job. The 4th winningest active Division I coach behind Coach K, right? Jim Boeheim, Roy Williams, and Bob Huggins. That's unbelievable.
Sounds like a Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore. He's a great coach. This West Virginia team's much better last year, rebuilding year. Look at this. Wow, got bailed out.
Boy, Dahl nearly had a 5 count. 7-footer off the bench.
See the difference, Brett? They're denying everything. They're denying every dribble in the lane. Northern Iowa's packed in the lane. They got 3 or 4 guys in the lane. So a whole different defensive philosophy. Both these teams are great defensive teams with a whole different mindset. West Virginia is much more athletic and bigger, so they can get out and extend more. Northern Iowa's got good athletes, but they can't quite extend as much as the Mountaineers can. That's what you got to do. Bring the big guy away from the basket.
Right now, one of the scorers for the Panthers, Trey Burhow, is on the bench.
Yep, they need him.
Extra pass to Green. And after knocking down the first, a couple of misses for the sophomore guard.
He has to hit threes, Brett. They can't win without him knocking down a bunch of threes.
There's Miles McBride. And, Coach, that's a name that's familiar to you.
No question. I coached his dad, Walter McBride, at Xavier University. My first year as a head coach, 1985-86. I inherited Walter. Bob Stack recruited him. He's a senior. He's a great player at Xavier. We were fortunate to have a good team. He was a big part of it, and he was a great athlete. His mom was a terrific athlete, played tennis at Ohio State, so his parents are both terrific athletes.
Antoine Pimmons was a bit out of control. And bodies hit the deck. There's Gabe Osaboyan in the game, taking the charge. The Arkansas transfer who just became eligible last week.
Yep, another terrific athlete. You say that name 3 times?
I've had some practice with that.
Yeah, you're a pro. You're the glue guy. You can do it all.
You can call him Gabe if you like.
Hey, look at this, Bob. Coach Huggins. He's just making his point. Panthers are letting West Virginia make almost any play they want. Just packing it in tight. Make them shoot over you. That's what they want them to do. Got to play McBride now. He can knock down threes like we saw before.
And the rebound comes off to Green and the Panthers.
They're going to take their time now. You're Northern Iowa. Take a good shot.
Nearly a takeaway, and then it was by Logan Rout. And a whistle on Fife after the turnover.
Yep. Logan Rout. Great hustle. Beef against beef. Logan Rout is a big guy, denying the pass. 6'11", 260 pounds, out 35 feet from the basket. That doesn't happen in many schools, but that's the defense they play at West Virginia. Hard pressure. Logan Rout, I think he's glad to sit down. He's not used to that.
Rout will take a seat. We've not seen a lot of Sheboy after that first basket. Derek Culver trying to get on track as well.
Yep.
And a whistle going against Osaboyan on an illegal moving screen.
It's a big point of emphasis, as you know, the last couple of years. You can't move at all, you can't twitch. That's an advantage for the offense, so good call by the officials.
Coach Jacobson's team has gone nearly 5 minutes without scoring against this West Virginia defense that loves to harass, and all of a sudden they're starting to make their impact felt.
Credit the defense, certainly credit the defense of West Virginia. They play really extend. They got a lot of numbers so they can play hard for 4 or 5 minutes. Every pass that contested.
Tough pass to Fife, and then it just went out of bounds.
Yes. Now, when they overplay like that, you have to go back door. You have to change the court. You got to bring the offense out a little higher towards half court, and a lot of backdoor cuts. You got to have more ball movement, Brett, and more player movement for Northern Iowa. Notice the difference in the defense. They're packing it way off. They're in the lane. Really sagging. They can make any pass they want. West Virginia doesn't like it right now. They're only down 1, but they're not comfortable playing against this packed-in defense. West Virginia's going to have to knock down threes to help bring Northern Iowa out a little bit.
Coach Huggins sent Sheboy back into the game. Taz Sherman as well.
Yep. Well, West Virginia has more depth. Northern Iowa only plays 6 guys, double-figure minutes. West Virginia plays 9 or 10 guys. Look at McBride, boy. Look at it. What great pressure on him. He's going to be a star for West Virginia. Remember the name. McBride got game.
Trey
That's
Burhow.
it. Back door. Take their time. Got to bring the big guy away from the basket. He's got to be a pressure release, the center.
The backdoor pass was kicked by Sheboy.
Yep. Got a defensive battle. My players thought defense was a town in South America. They played defense in Cancun with these teams.
Northern Iowa with a 1-point lead over West Virginia. The Mountaineers and Coach Bob Huggins. And Pete, we touched on the career of Coach Huggins, but what an amazing run.
He's had a great career. Every stop he's won big. At University of Akron in Ohio. Did a great job there. At Cincinnati, I coached against him, as I mentioned, for 5 years when I was at Xavier. Did an unbelievable job there. Went to the Final Four in '92. Kansas State, NIT. Right there is 1 year at K-State. Then he came home to West Virginia, where he was a tremendous player. Did a great job at West Virginia. Another Final Four trip in 2010, where he took 2 schools to the Final Four. I coached for 30 years. He's one of the best coaches that I coach against as an assistant or a head. He's one of the special ones. I think he'll make the Naismith Hall of Fame one day.
So he's taken West Virginia to the NCAA's 9 times, 24 total trips to the Big Dance. Last year was not one of those seasons you know he'd love to get back.
Rebuilding year last year, 15-21, but they'll be back. They had a lot of injuries and transfers and a lot of adversity, mainly injuries. They'll be back this year. They're loaded. They're going back to the NCAA tournament. I think they're going to make a big run. They stay healthy. And listen to Coach Huggins. They're going to have a great year for the Mountaineers.
We've talked about his team's defense, but Northern Iowa's played some D tonight as well.
Yep, Ben Jacobson's known for his defense. Tremendous defensive coach. Once again, they want to play at a slower tempo. They don't have the firepower. They don't have the scoring. They don't have the athleticism. They've got good players, but not the talent, athleticism of West Virginia.
Little penetration leads to an open 3 look.
Yeah. Those are the shots they got to make. Those threes. Holdeman had a good look.
See if the Mountaineers get it to Sheboy.
That's your guy, Oscar.
Sheboy fighting for the rebound. Grabbed by the Panthers. Spencer Holdeman.
Yeah.
An important player coming off the bench for
no
UNI.
question. Terrific shooter. No easy baskets right now for Northern Iowa. There we go.
Sheboy, the takeaway. The big man in the open floor. And the flush.
High percentage shot for the freshman.
That may have been worth the price of admission in this all-inclusive resort.
What a great athlete. He could have gone to Kentucky, Kansas, anywhere. Chose to play. Yeah, nice backdoor cut. That's what they got to do, Northern Iowa, to loosen them up. Got a clinic.
Brown. Yeah, a couple of hits from Isaiah Brown.
Yep.
Those baskets have been tough to come by. Let's see the big man get loose.
Yep. Oscar with a steal. He knocks it away. Look at him. 6'9", 255 pounds. Ball up and away. Throw it down, big fella.
Look out below.
Tie your hat on. Good luck trying to guard him.
Young man who was a goalie in soccer. Great hands. He can run. We saw both in that last run out.
He's only been playing basketball for a few years, right? He's still roaring the game, yes.
Coach, that body, that does not look like a freshman with those arms and his size.
Here we go, knocks it away. 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, 3. Boom! Throwing it home. Well, producer Andy Bach loves him. Think he might want to represent him one day.
Well, when his first game against Pitt was a 20 and 17 performance, points and rebounds, if you didn't know who Sheboy was before, you did after that game.
I saw that game. He was tremendous. He had a double-double at halftime. 12 points and 12 rebounds at half. Wound up with 20 points, 17 rebounds for the game. Thank you. The reason it was a delay, there was a malfunction with the shot clock and the score clock. So they got it right now, 9-8 in favor of Northern Iowa.
I thought time was supposed to stop here in Cancun. It did stop.
It did stop, yeah. Yep.
Haley was lucky to catch.
Yep.
Culver facing a double team. McBride hit an earlier 3. Sheboy elevating for the rebound, and he was fouled by Trey Burhow.
Yep. No place for the weak at heart in that bloody nose lane in the mud. McBride, nice look. A little too strong. Sheboy. Forget about him. Another great offensive rebounding team for the West Virginia Mountaineers.
Was the second foul on Trey Burhow, who has not scored tonight.
Yep.
Culver also trying to get his first points. but a travel wave off the basket. Culver working so hard to try and get position and create and score, but a travel first.
Huggins says, what's going on? You got hit. It's not a foul. Look at him. He says, no. He's going to make his point.
Officials tonight, Bill Eck, Alfred Smith, Courtney Green getting their money's worth tonight. And there's Isaiah Brown. Coach, that's the third time he's gotten to the rim.
Nice job. He rubbed off the high post. Didn't go with him. Good execution on offense by the Panthers.
Fifth-year senior Isaiah Brown giving Northern Iowa a 3-point lead. There's the rebounding presence from Culver. He got so far under that the Panthers were able to disrupt again. We've seen Culver and Shibwe get some rebounds, but they haven't been in a great position to put them back in.
It's like volleyball. They're pounding the glass. The top offensive rebounding team in the country last year. And this year with Shibwe, who knows? He might do it again. Could be third year in a row.
Offensive rebounding, is that instinct? Is that effort? What is it?
Yep. It's effort, athleticism. He's a terrific three-point shooter for the Mountaineers. He might be the answer. A terrific three-point shooter. Does a heck of a job. Sean McNeil, 6'3", sophomore from Union, Kentucky. Big hoop.
Led the nation in scoring a year ago in the JUCO ranks.
Yeah.
Able to tie up this game in 11.
He had 3 3-point shots in the first half against Pittsburgh. So
Pete, this is where going east and west doesn't always work against West Virginia.
No, it doesn't.
Haldeman the save, and he almost banked it in. He got back to poke it away out of the hands of Matthews.
That was unbelievable. Here we go. He tried to save it. He threw it. He works on that shot every day. The banks are not open in Cancun this late at night at 9:04.
You'd win a lot of games of horse if you could throw that in on demand.
Yep.
McBride left it short. Shibwe got the rebound. No, he did not. He went up and over the back and gets the foul.
Huggins don't like it. They don't like it. Yeah, that's what happens. Sometimes Culver and Shibwe early in the season, Brett, as you know, are getting in foul trouble. That's right. Austin Fife is a giant player tonight for Northern Iowa because he's their one really talented big guy with experience.
The scoreboard, or the score, is off inside this arena. And our crew might be attending to that again as Shibwe has a couple of fouls and has since gone to the bench. The entire teams now will be sent to the bench as our officials try and rectify this inside the ballroom, our arena here at the Hard Rock Riviera Maya. There's a timeout as both Northern Iowa and West Virginia get a few extra minutes. As the clock and the scoreboard, I believe, have been rectified, or at least I hope.
Yeah, they're having some, yeah.
We'll step aside. Northern Iowa and West Virginia tied at 11. It's a Cancun sunset, and trust me, it's as beautiful in person as it is on television. Paradise here south of the border.
It's gorgeous, no question about it. It's a beautiful place.
Coach, this West Virginia defense has been as advertised tonight.
Tremendous defensive team. They take charges, they block it, they steal the ball. They got 4 steals already, 6 turnovers right now for Northern Iowa. They get hands all over the place. Their defense gets there going. Oscar Shibwe with a steal, throwing it home, the big guy. The defense gets their offense going. A great defensive team, physical. Tremendous coach. They play super hard. Coach Huggins makes them play hard or they sit down. And they got really good depth. But, hey, you got to give Northern Iowa a lot of credit. They're hanging around with a tremendously talented West Virginia team. So give them credit. They're playing well. The pace is what you want if you're a fan of Northern Iowa.
Pete,
slow,
when you coached
methodical.
against Huggins, what was
Yep.
the compounding effect of playing against this defense over 40 minutes?
It's tough. They just go to the boards. It's like a boxer. Keep hitting you in the belly, and all of a sudden you run out of gas. But we played them 5 times when I was at Xavier, and every one was a battle. A couple of overtime games, and it was terrific. Tough guy to coach against.
Look how far Haldeman's being pushed away from the basket.
Yep.
And to create some space, he's shoved off and gets a whistle.
7 turnovers. Defense. My players thought defense was a town in South America. These guys play defense.
Coach, in our first game, South Carolina forced a lot of turnovers, but they weren't able to take advantage. It's something West Virginia has to do tonight.
No question. You got to take advantage. You know, you're different. A live ball turnovers, you know, you get a steal and you get the action still going. All right. Other turnovers, when the clock stops, at least you can get your defense set. So the big difference, a live ball turnover, right? Like we saw Oscar Shibwe get that steal, go down for the dunk, you know, or a turnover, a block, or a charge where the clock stops. But hey, if I'm Northern Iowa, I'm ecstatic right now. I'm in the hunt. Takes the time. They got to get A.J. Green going. They have no chance of winning unless this young man, number 4, has a good game. Got to score some points tonight for them to win.
Both of these teams have played more minutes than they've scored points in our first half. Good pass. Fife the catch and the basket.
That's the next most valuable guy for the Panthers. Austin Fife only played 7 games last year. They missed his inside scoring. That's why they were 16 and 18. He's back. Northern Iowa was picked 3rd preseason in the Missouri Valley. Very good team.
And there's the double team on Emmett Matthews Jr. Bodies on the deck again. No whistle. And there's a foul on Isaiah Brown. Let's go back to the previous possession to see how the Panthers were able to get an easy look.
Nice job. Alley-oop. He moves his man up the lane. Great pass. Good hands by Austin Fife. Nice job. When they front you, you move them up the lane. There's a lot of room on the behind the backboard there, right? On the baseline. Great pass. Nice catch by the big fella. Good execution on offense by the Panthers. Here we go.
West Virginia was ready to inbounds.
The mop guy.
And
mop guy's slow. He's got to pick it up a little bit.
He was between
this is
Napper and the defender Green. What's this?
The mop guy. He's got to pick it up. He's living on memories, mop guy.
You can't play 5-on-6.
He's out. I get a new mop guy.
You appreciate the exuberance and the effort, but it was awfully tough to get that ball in bounds.
Oh, he was setting the pick. Setting the pick for West Virginia. I think he's a Mountaineer fan. I think the game's gotten to me, Brett. I like the mop guy. Right now, he's my most valuable player.
There's no doubt.
He'll be on our all-tournament team, the mop guy.
He's getting early votes, from what I understand.
Yep.
Sean McNeil going to go to the free throw line. Sophomore from Union, Kentucky.
A great shooter, but they don't make free throws sometimes. You got to make the free ones. The pressure on the basketball, you know.
Saboyan got his hands on it. Brown is a bit out of control, but another whistle. And Saboyan can't believe he picked up the personal. A pained expression on his face, his second personal.
Yep. Time they sold the play, the foul or not, but they sold it.
It's the 5th foul on West Virginia, so they've been able to be aggressive and not put Coach Jacobson's team in the bonus just yet.
Yep. Got to get more movement now if you're Northern Iowa. Ball movement, player movement. Big guy come out. Austin Fife, get out. Greg Culver away from the basket.
Green hit his first 3, hasn't scored since.
That's what they want to do. The Mountaineers want to run.
Napper was long on the 3, and the rebound comes down to Pickford. Brown has been so good at getting to the basket, and he'll go to the line for an and 1. 8 points for Isaiah Brown, all have been under the 10.
Transition, long shot, long rebound, push it ahead. West Virginia does not get back. Napper reaches in, nice finish by Isaiah Brown. Here we go. A great camera crew. We flew him in from Omaha, Kansas City, all over. Nice pass. That's where they got to get some cheap baskets because every dribble is contested in the half court.
And Isaiah Brown, the 5th-year senior, back to the line and It's a unique roster for the Panthers, Pete. They have 6 seniors, really only 2 are in their rotation, so it's a different dynamic.
Great point, Brett. But talking to Coach Jacobson yesterday, he says, yeah, the seniors are good leaders. They're not putting their head down. They're not pouting. They're doing good leaders for the other guys. So
McNeil was in rhythm, didn't hit the 3, and there's a foul going against UNI. On a clear out underneath the basket. It's Isaiah Brown's second personal, and he's one that UNI can ill afford to get into foul trouble.
yeah, once again, they don't have the depth of West Virginia. I have to gamble a little bit, go to Northern Iowa.
See the numbers for Emmett Matthews Jr. Well, these teams leaving points at the line tonight.
That's got to kill you if you're West Virginia. Those are 3 points. Potential 4, they got none. Pressure on the basketball.
Green working so hard to create. Good rebound to Justin Dahl, the 7-footer. Wild shot from Antoine Kimmons, nearly dropped, and he'll have free throws. Kimmons had played in just 3 of his team's 6 games, getting some valuable minutes tonight. Freshman from Minnesota.
We got to get the shot doctor in here to work on some free throws.
We're going to have to recalibrate something.
It's free throws. It's a free shot.
Everything's free here at Hard Rock. The food, the beverages, but not the free throws. They're supposed to be.
Exactly. All inclusive, but inclusive makes them free throws. All right.
1 of 2 from Kimmons.
Yep.
It's a 5-point Northern Iowa lead. West Virginia just 11 so far in this first half.
Yep. I go inside to Derek Culver, outstanding sophomore.
Culver fighting for the rebound, and he drew another foul. I think this one is on Kimmons, and is.
Northern Iowa is competing on the glass, but it's not big enough or athletic enough, strong enough. So putting the effort in, but you just see why West Virginia is a fabulous offensive rebounding team.
Northern Iowa
making shots, they're murdered.
Hasn't seen anything like the athleticism of the size of West Virginia, but to the Panthers' credit, those rebounds haven't always turned into points.
Oh, you're right. The third 101 the Mountaineers have missed in a row. Gives you gray hairs if you're a coach.
A.J. Green working so hard to create.
It's only 1 for 4. He's going to make shots.
Rebound to Dahl, and he'll put it back up and in.
It's a long game. West Virginia's going to get their rhythm, take their time, go inside to Derek Culver, get him the ball.
And Culver was fouled by Dahl about 20 feet from the basket. Now there's a few words being exchanged.
You got to watch. We don't want to get any type of altercation.
These two were locked up, and our official blew his whistle and just shook his head at Dahl as if to say you can't lock him down.
Yep. Both fouling. Good call by the official. Culver gets 2 shots now. Double bonus.
West Virginia 0 of 3 from the stripe, and they've been costly misses. A chance for more. The reverse jinx worked on Derek Culver. His first point tonight. A look at Culver from a year ago. First player at West Virginia to have a 20-20 game, and what he did on the glass was so big last year in conference games. Point blank miss from Emmett Matthews Jr. They had an opportunity for the Panthers to build on their 6-point lead. A.J. Green will hoist. Hasn't hit since his first make of the game.
Take your time. He's 1 for 6. Credit the defense of West Virginia. Still think he's got to have a big game for them to win.
Coach, he came in 10 points down in the shooting percentage from a year ago.
Great point, Brett. No question about it. Last year, as you know, 36% from three-point land. This year, 26%. Why? Because teams are keying on him. They're keying on him.
Napper
He's the
can't
main
hit.
guy. Yeah.
And the shots just won't fall for West Virginia.
Northern Iowa, take your time, swing the ball and drive it. He can't buy a shot. You got to pass it. If you can't make a shot, you got to pass it. Try to get one of the other guys going. Try to get Trey Burrow going. He can knock down threes. Drive the ball now if I'm West Virginia. Attack the basket. Let's have a wide open three.
Ball back in the hands of McNeil.
Can't leave McNeil alone. He's a great shooter.
Haley going to work. High off the glass, and he'll kiss it in for his first hoop.
The banks are open at 9:19 in Cancun, the Hard Rock Hotel, Riviera Maya. I don't know if he planned it, but open those banks. Make an investment. Get some interest. Stay with us on CBS Sports Network. Clemson, he did well. So wherever he's been, Rick Barnes has won big.
Matt Painter on that game as well. Mike Rhodes out of VCU. And that fun time of the year when college basketball starts to take over, and for many tuning in maybe for the first time for these big early season events.
Oh, great game. Mike Rhodes at VCU's done a fabulous job. Went to the NCAA last year. Terrific coach. So another great tournament. Must see TV.
Game 2 of day 1 tonight has been a lower scoring grind-em-out contest between Northern Iowa and West Virginia.
You know West Virginia's going to get going sooner or later, right? But right now, can Northern Iowa get enough points to hang in there? That's the question. To be or not to be, I think. And then Hamlet said something like that.
Trying to create on the basket from Kimmons, the freshman.
The longer this game goes, the more Northern Iowa is going to believe they got a chance to win. If you believe it, you can achieve it.
Pete, West Virginia, 24% from the field.
Yeah. Now, you got to get the ball to McCabe's a good shooter. He's their money guy. Get him the ball.
This Northern Iowa defense continues to rise up and impact this game.
Yep. I tell you, the offense is part of that now. West Virginia's hurrying because they're taking their time.
Another freshman, Carter, can't hit.
That's not taking your time. I didn't like that shot if I'm a Panther fan.
Boy, that three was nearly banked in. Well, coming up on AT&T at the half, Evan Washburn, Tyus Edney, and John Rothstein will bring you scores and highlights from around the country, plus first half analysis. That's all coming up on AT&T at the half. Logan Rout back to the line. Senior from Cameron, West Virginia. Justin Dahl, the 7-footer, back in for Northern Iowa.
Big 2 minutes and 12 seconds now. Can Northern Iowa, can they stay ahead? Can West Virginia tie the game? We'll go ahead. Again, A.J. Green, terrific player, 1 for 9 in the field. Credit to defense by the Mountaineers.
Feeds Noah Carter, and another whistle.
He's not scoring, but he can help your team win other ways. Defense, rebounding, or passing. A.J. Green, he gets 4 assists a game. Overplay on the baseline. Goes over here. Left-handed, great pass with the left hand. Burhow goes back door. Great execution by the Pan. That's what you got to do when they overplay. Go back door.
And another freshman, Noah Carter, to the line as Miles McBride checks back in for West Virginia.
We got to get a shot doctor to help both these teams with the free throws. Right? Can't make it. You don't get on TV.
It's been a struggle.
No, you don't get on TV if you make free throws and highlights.
How much do you credit the defense? How much is it just an offensive struggle?
I credit the defense a lot. Both these teams are playing great defense now. See McBride. McBride's going to help them the last minute 50. going to score or make a great play right now. Miles McBride. Route, not a great offensive player. Going to play McBride.
How about Culver and Shibwe both on the bench?
Well, both a little bit of foul trouble. Well, then I would take your time, bring the big guy away from the basket.
And that one would not stay down. But the putback will drop from Taiwan Pickford. 7-point Panther lead. Pete, it hasn't always been pretty, but you need effort sometime and put back baskets.
No question about it. Missed shot by Kimmons. How about Pickford? Great offensive rebound. They did to West Virginia what West Virginia does to everybody, crashing the glass. So,
well, Kimmons took a shot to the face. Will step out. 7-point Panther lead. Mountaineers trying to find some answers in the final minute of this first half. Shooting 22% from the field. And Matthews on cue will knock one in.
Matthews, good three-point shooter. Had a great game at Pitt. Some big threes. Very talented frontline player. Finished great last year, end of the year. Freshman year, he was terrific.
And the ball back in the hands of A.J. Green. Just that one three-point basket trying to create here. Working so hard to get an open look. Another miss. Mountaineers haven't been able to run much tonight. McBride will draw the contact and he'll have free throw. The foul was on Kimmons. He was the player who was being attended to as we went to break. I'm not sure if that's blood running down his face or whether that's perspiration, but he gets whistled for the foul.
Looks like blood to me.
Sure
I can't
does.
tell.
That's his third foul. Get some friendly fire?
Yeah, I'm not sure who hit him, but he got hit above the eye.
And the free throws have slowly started to fall for West Virginia. It's back to a 4-point game. Shot clock shut off.
I go to Pickford now, have him drive.
Kimmons nearly hit the roof for the ballroom. And it brings us to the end of our first half. The defenses have ruled the roost. It's the Panthers up by 3, and stay tuned for AT&T at the half. Following this break, we'll step aside from Cancun. Hard Rock Riviera Maya is the site of the Cancun Challenge, and there's the trophy that'll go to the winner tomorrow night inside the ballroom in this great resort. We have one team advancing already, Wichita State, UNI, and West Virginia. Coach, hide your eyes if those shooting percentages look a little bit low. 25% for West Virginia.
Yeah, really struggling, but I think part of that is the offense of Northern Iowa. Playing slow, methodical, and they can't get any rhythm. So credit the defense on both teams. West Virginia, fabulous defense. Northern Iowa packing in, but also great defense. So it's not pretty. It's not going to be in the Louvre in France. But
No.
hey, it's exciting. Whoever wins this game is ecstatic.
He's Pete Gill and I'm Brett Dolan. So what needs to change in the second half to get a little more flow and certainly some scoring in this game?
Well, West Virginia's got to go inside. Points in the paint. The big guys only have 5 points between them, so that's important. So West Virginia, their adjustment is points in the paint. You know, the big guys aren't scoring right now. And for UNI, they got to drain some threes. Right now, they're ice cold from three-point land. Can't make a three. They're 1 for 12, 8% from three-point territory. So Northern Iowa's got to make some threes. They come in the game 33%. Now they're shooting 8%. But credit the defense by the Mountaineers. So a big key, I think, Brett, is which team is going to grab the game by the throat in the first 5 minutes. Is it West Virginia going to get some steals and get going? Or is Northern Iowa going to put them to sleep and execute on their half-court offense.
The fans from Cedar Falls have had something to cheer about in this first half. Could we have a rematch going back to the Valley days with Wichita State and UNI?
Never know. You never know. But West Virginia, you got to be very happy. You shot 25%. You couldn't make a shot. You're only down one possession. See if they can get points in the paint now if you're a Mountaineer fan.
Culver and Sheboy so quiet in the first half. Culver going to work. Sheboy caught the deflection. And threw it up high and soft off the window.
Prayer was answered. Threw it up. Mountaineers cut it to 1. First 5 minutes. Going to take the game by the throat.
Isaiah Brown, a nice feed to Fife.
Great job by Coach Ben Jacobs. The front of the post, so you bring the man up the lane. There's plenty of room behind it. Right there, the baseline, you lob it up. Great effort on the offense by the Panthers.
Tough pass to the double team to Culver. And McCabe wasn't able to save. And Haldeman races into the offensive end for UNI. Boy, Isaiah Brown has come to play tonight.
Got to get him more touches. Right now, A.J. Green, 1 for 10. Got to get some offense. Other guys, other than their preseason first-team All-League Missouri Valley Conference player, A.J. Green.
And Green nearly had that takeaway end up in his hands. Brown gets it. And Brown, who became the first player in the double figures in that last possession, helped create that turnover. Green floats it up with the left hand and gets some points inside the arc.
Whatever way. Good timeout by Coach Huggins. He didn't like what's going on. A.J. Green, if I can't make a jumper, I'm going to go to the paint. Get on the floor, young man. Get after it. McCabe loses it. He's in the mud, on the ground. Picking it up. Go to the hoop, young man. A.J. can't buy an outside shot. Well, I'm going to the hoop. See you later. Finish it. Nice lefty move. A.J. Green.
What I've talked with AJ a lot about is the leadership aspect, and that can be a little bit tricky when you're young. Even last year as a freshman, he had a ton of responsibility, and there were some leadership things that we needed from him, even as a freshman. But I would tell you a couple things. One, having Miles and Wyatt, guys in our backcourt, really helped AJ in that first year. Really helped him get started. And he learned a lot from those two players, and so he's able to bring some of that to the table now. And then the other aspect is his communication with his teammates. As a guy who's our point guard, a guy who's got the ball in his hands a lot, what he says, what he does has a tremendous impact on how things go for us in a given possession, how things go for us over the stretch of a 40-minute game, how things go for us at practice. And so those are the spots where AJ and I have talked.
He might be young, but he is a coach's kid, and he needs to keep shooting.
No question about it. No question about it. Nice substitution by Coach Huggins. Put in now Miles McBride, the 6'2 freshman from Cincinnati. Can score, he plays good D. Going a little smaller now. I like that for West Virginia. Spread the court a little bit. Got to get the ball to Derek Culver. Let the big dog eat. Wow.
Fife picked up his third foul.
That's big. Fife is a big part of their
and
team.
That's his fourth. Coach, he got 2 fouls in 1 second.
I didn't realize fourth. Wow.
They went right back at him after he picked up that third foul, and you see Dahl coming in to replace Fife.
Wow. That's a giant loss for the Panthers. Giant.
And the Mountaineers need some shots to fall, and Emmett Matthews Jr. provides a field goal.
Yep. He's a very good player. Very talented. Finished strong last year as a freshman. Shoot it. Very talented player.
All the way to the basket, and what a night for Isaiah Brown.
That's your man. Love him, right? He's tough. Nice stop-and-go dribble and right to the rim. That's what you got to do against West Virginia. You can't go side to side, east to west. You got to go at the rim.
That's where he's found some success.
Yep.
Coach, let's take a look at Brown getting to the basket.
Nice stop-and-go dribble. Hesitation, exploded, goes by Matthews. Nice finish. Isaiah Brown, a great job for the Panthers. Again, not getting scoring from A.J. Green, your talented sophomore. You got to get some help.
With Fife on the bench with 4 fouls, the Panthers are going to need all hands on deck now, even though they lead by 7.
No question about it. Be a great game, great finish on CBS Sports Network. Got to go back door now if you're the Panthers. Keep the pressure on without fouling if you're the Mountaineers.
Green left open. That was wide left. Pete, where do the Mountaineers go for some points? They've got to find some rhythm.
Go inside to Derek Cole, your big guy. Wow.
Well, it was Osoboyan with another foul away from the basketball, trying to create some separation.
Yeah.
That's number 3 on Osoboyan, and that gets Coach Huggins up off the bench.
Yep, he's ready to get a technical. Sometimes that helps. Remember, it helped Coach Greg Marshall the first game. Sometimes it's good.
Justin Dahl in the game for Fife. And Culver with the foul, some 25 feet from the basket.
Yeah. You want your best big guy to do that. Play smart.
That is 3 on Culver.
West Virginia, I'm going small. Play a small, quick team. I don't think Justin Dahl's a great scorer, so I don't think he'll be hurt.
There's your reigning Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Week. He's had some huge games, but his first basket tonight for Burhow.
Ray Burhow, leading scorer, as you said. Good player. Got to come to play.
Taz Sherman couldn't get the hit. And there's competition for every rebound tonight.
Yep. Well, then I was doing a great job in the glass, trying to hold West Virginia to 1 shot.
I would say this, there's been a lot of misses to try and rebound tonight.
Oh, my God. 1 for 12, A.J. Green.
Dahl backing his way in. Culver will concede the little hook shot.
Dahl said, take that, Coach Gillen, in my mug. I didn't know he was capable of that.
Panthers' largest lead of 11 points, and then Culver loses it out of bounds. It brings us to immediate timeout. And the Panthers have it rolling in the second half in Cancun. Here's our bracket in the Riviera Division, the Cancun Challenge. Some were wondering, might we see Bob Huggins and Frank Martin coach in the championship game? Well, right now they could meet tomorrow in the first game. Northern Iowa with the lead, and they've had some contributions from Justin Dahl.
Yep, no question. Doing a good job defensively here. Offense, a little jump hook. How about that? 7-foot redshirt senior. He's got the tongue out. Oh, look at him. He's got the flex. Yeah, all right. He's got a gun show, I think, in February. So do I.
That's Minnesota strong. He needs to be out at the pool tomorrow, get a little tan on those guns.
Hey, it's a long game. Don't get too cocky now if you're the Panthers. Virginia has at least 1 run in them, probably 2. It's a long, long way to go.
Panthers, though, have knocked down 6 of their 8 field goal attempts here in this second half. And Kimmons just lost it out of bounds.
That's it. Bring a freshman in. That's what freshmen do. McBride's got to take over now. He's got to be solid. Hit the open shot if he has it. If not, get the ball to the right guys. Try to get the ball to Matthews. I like him as a scorer.
Sherman with the kick out. And there's Kimmons with a rebound. So there's no Culver, no Shibwe for West Virginia now as UNI looks to extend its lead. Kimmons, the sea just parted and able to get to the basket.
What you got to do? We talked about that a little bit, right? Don't go east and west. The plane is so tight, there's no help. Everybody's in the lanes.
And no doubt the success has increased once they've been able to attack and score at the rim.
Right, and their confidence grows. With each minute that goes by, confidence grows now for the Panthers.
13-point UNI lead. The Mountaineers need an answer, and they just won't fall tonight. And UNI has been able to extend this lead even with Austin Fife on the bench with 4 fouls. And the big man was denied. How about Rout getting up with McBride and swatting that one out of bounds?
It looked like McBride blocked that. I couldn't tell from our angle. Here we go. Nice pick and roll. Dog goes up. Yes, Miles McBride, freshman.
That's 6'2", going up over 6'11" to get the block.
Great athlete. I mentioned before his dad, Walter McBride, who played for me at Xavier when he was a senior. When I came in, Bob Stack had recruited him. He was a great athlete. His mom was a terrific athlete.
Well, McBride was a heck of a high school quarterback at Moeller High School in Cincinnati. He threw a ton of touchdown passes, 17 in 5 games before he got injured. You talk about a dual sport athlete. When you're throwing 17 touchdown passes in 5 games for Moeller.
Yeah, it's big time football in Cincinnati for sure. Oh.
And the turnovers just racking up. And that time Haldeman hit the deck and couldn't catch.
Tried to go back door, but feet got under him, so. Go West Virginia now. Take your time. I'd go into Oscar Tshiebwe. Get him the basketball.
And a rebound to Kimmons. Pete, you talked about the first 5 or 6 minutes and the importance. Those were won by the Panthers.
Yep. No question.
Did Kimmons walk? I think he took an extra step.
That's 2 turnovers in a row now. West Virginia's got to take advantage of it now. I really like Emmett Matthews. I'd clear the side, get him the ball. He can drive. Bear Brown's a good defender, but I think Matthews can score on him.
Sean McNeil back in. Jermaine Haley goes to the bench.
Yeah, McNeil's a terrific 3-point shooter. I'd like to run him off some screens, see if he can get it going. He made 3 threes against Pittsburgh in the first half.
We see Brown check out for UNI. Trey Burhow scored just 2 tonight. And there's the run for Northern Iowa, 14-2. Sherman just got too far under. Pickford running the floor. That's got to be a block. It is. This McBride slid in late.
Push it ahead. Pickford goes to the rim. Little Euro step. Good call by the official. McBride with the block.
Taiwan Pickford, junior out of Minneapolis, had a really strong freshman season, like a couple of others for the Panthers last year. Disappointed to have some injuries and forced to sit for a team that won 16 games, and yet, Pete, they had a chance in the Missouri Valley Championship game against Bradley to win and go back to the big dance.
Exactly. They're up 17 points. But Bradley, to their credit, came back and won the game.
Shot almost stuck on the side between the rim and the board.
I didn't like that shot. That's not Matthews' game. Step back, jumper. Stand still, shoot, or drive. He's got to get their defense going. Their defense got to get some steals, deflections, to help their offense out. Oldham is not a great ball handler. Keep pressuring him.
He is not. Then Tshiebwe picks up the foul. And a frustrated freshman Tshiebwe gets number 3 so far from the baskets.
Huggins didn't like that. He banged the scorer's table. Tshiebwe's a great player, young, but good call. Good call by the officials. Holding him.
A.J. Green has been on the bench for the last couple of minutes as Kimmons runs the point.
Kimmons attack the basket. They're going you tight. Go right at the rim.
Haldeman. Rebound to Burhow and UNI. Dahl's going to work trying to pick up number 4 on Tshiebwe. Tshiebwe contesting. Burhow got another rebound. 4 points for West Virginia in the second half.
And a big part of that is a slow, methodical offense. by Northern Iowa. So there's no rhythm right now for the West Virginia Mountaineers. Not many shots. That's what it's all about.
The big man running loose, and Haldeman got back to disrupt to save another poster.
Yep. Good foul by Haldeman.
3 on Haldeman.
Here we go. The big guy. Second steal. Another dunk, as you say, Brett. It's got him before. Good foul by Haldeman.
Just the second team foul on UNI in almost 8 minutes of the second half.
Yep. Once again, you'll see the depth factor. West Virginia's very deep, play a lot of guys, 10 or 11 guys. Northern Iowa usually about 7, so depth of West Virginia helped them big time down the stretch.
Good entry pass to Chase Harler, and he'll bury the triple. The 90th career game for Harler, and that's a big basket.
Yes, it is.
And again, Sheboy contesting so far from the basket. Well, Sheboy and the Mountaineers trying to climb back in, but it's UNI up 12 in the second half for the Cancun Challenge. UNI led by 3 at the half. They've extended that lead with a strong beginning to the second. And that gentleman right there, well, he's part of our Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya all-inclusive play of the game. And it takes a lot of volunteers and staff to run this event, Pete, but this gentleman wanted to be in the mix.
He's a Mountaineer fan. Nice screen on Northern Iowa. But here we go again. He sets a pick. Got him wide open, but referee says no.
Look at him trying to hide.
Even the scouts, the NBA scouts are all laughing. The referees.
Yeah, he went behind the basket support. He was trying to hide. He heard the whistle and thought, this can't be good.
He's a good man. No, he's a good man. He's doing his job. Got a little too fired up. But we got great staff here. You know, Triple Crown. People here from Triple Crown are great. Station in Fort Collins, Colorado. And how about the job right now Ben Jacobs is doing? Terrific coach. Missouri Valley Conference, and took Northern Iowa to the Sweet 16 way back 2010. Terrific coach. Beat Kansas, mighty Kansas.
This team won the Cancun Challenge in 2014, and it's been a few years. It's been since 2016 when UNI was last in the Big Dance. Wins like this will go a long way in March.
No question about it. But hey, it's a long way to go. This game is far from over. Well, right down to the buzzer. Once again, A.J. Green's got to step up and help their team for them to win.
Pete, as we went to break, Oscar Sheboy picked up his 4th foul to go along with those Saboyan. So the big man, Sheboy, just 6 points, and we'll be curious to see how long Bob Huggins will sit him.
Yeah, we'll see. And I think going small and quick is good right now for West Virginia with a deficit.
Burhout has been red hot on 3s leading into this tournament. Not that time, and Justin Dahl went up and over the back to get the personal. It's number 2 on him, replacing Fife, who has 4 fouls for UNI.
Yep. How long you keep Fife out of the game? You're up 12, so you got a little cushion, but here come the Mountaineers. I would try to get the ball now to McNeil. He's a great shooter. Run something for him. Sean McNeil, number 22. Get him a ball screen.
That one almost stuck in the side of the rim in the window.
Yeah, I call that one perfect. He can shoot the ball. Must be a rift wind on that side of the court.
Yeah, maybe there's a breeze inside the convention center. Isaiah Brown back in the game. He is created all night. He's hit from distance now after making his money near the basket. 15 for Isaiah Brown, and the lead up to 15 for the Panthers. And Dahl may have committed the foul, sending Culver to the deck. So now both of the big men in foul trouble for UNI. That's number 3 on Dahl.
He's valuable, Justin Dahl, just to give fouls, to create space, to help out on drives. Not a great score. You got to watch a lob over the head now. Derek Culver, ball falls asleep. Lob it right over his head.
Quick basket from Haley, and a chance for three.
Yep. Real nice inbounds play by Coach Bob Huggins. See, they go to sleep a little bit, little screen. Nice move, nice finish inside of the basket. Jermaine Haley, 6'7" senior from Vancouver, British Columbia.
Third foul on Berhow as Haley tries to complete this three-point play. This guy had 28 a year ago against Iowa State in a Big 12 game.
And importantly also, it's a 16 foul for Northern Iowa. So every time they foul now, it'll be 1-on-1.
Haldeman dealing with some pressure.
Yep.
Able to
Good
break.
call, yep. Good call, he's holding him.
And a foul on McNeil.
West Virginia fans didn't like it.
It's team foul number 6 on West Virginia, so we might shoot a lot of free throws as this game unfolds.
Yep. Yep. Coach Huggins doesn't like it. Free throws are going to be very important down the stretch. Both teams.
.12 Northern Iowa lead. They were up 3 at the break. Let's take a look at this last call. It's that arm, right, Pete?
Yeah, I don't see a foul there. I don't see a foul.
Neither did Sean McNeil.
No. But the free throw contest down the stretch, West Virginia advantaged them 73%. They're better from the line, only 69% for Northern Iowa. So we'll see.
Spencer Haldeman got
Wow.
loose, and the basket is first of the night.
Oh,
And a whistle
Close.
on Isaiah Brown in the paint.
that was close.
3 on Brown, who leads all players in scoring.
I think the mop guy might be playing. Might be recruiting to be a lot of fouls. I think he's got skills.
We have a handful of guys fouled out. They might be called upon to get some minutes.
Mop guy. On my all-tournament team right now.
Coach, it feels like the intensity, if nothing else, has picked up in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
No question. Sense of desperation right now for West Virginia. Make your free throws, get into your press. It's important.
Haley just had the three-point play that he completed, trying to hit a couple from the line and pull West Virginia slowly back into this game.
Don't play with it now. McBride might pick his pocket.
Brown really trying to create again. A.J. Green slipped and traveled.
I think there's moisture on the court from the perspiration. You guys are slipping. Coach Jacobson didn't like the call. There's the mop guy.
He's back at it.
Got skills. Got national recognition. Isaiah Brown with it. That was close.
Stumble on the travel on Green.
Yeah.
Temperatures were in the mid-80s today. We've had 2 games now tonight. A lot of sweating and perspiring on the floor. We've had a couple of guys slip.
Yep, I think there's some couple of wet spots. I go inside the Culver, get the big guy the ball, or Sean McNeil with a jump shot, number 22.
Derek Culver has not had a field goal in this game. A follow by Haley. And he'll go right back to the free throw line again.
Yeah, Haley stepping up big time for the Mountaineers. Good offensive rebound. Once again, that's what West Virginia does best. #1 in the country last year in offensive rebounding. West Virginia Mountaineers, 525 offensive rebounds.
All right, Coach, that was the 4th foul on Dahl, 4 on Fife. They're 2 big men. You look at the points in the paint, and I would have lost this bet. At this point, UNI has outscored West Virginia 32-10 in the paint, but the 2 big men both have 4 fouls. So what does Ben Jacobson do now?
Plays D, I keep Dahl in the game. You can lose him. With all due respect, he's a good player, but you want Fife to be in there down the stretch, last 5 or 6 minutes. Dahl's got to be smart. He's got to be able to eat up some minutes. Long, long way to go. As a coach, you're dying. You're up 12, you're dying if you're down 12. Long way to go.
But the Mountaineers have struggled so dearly from the field. Maybe a chance for them to climb back in if they can hit their free tosses.
No question about it. 1-on-1, soon it could be the double bonus. Zone press by West Virginia. Back to man-to-man. I think Holdeman can go by McNeil there with the ball. Go right to the rim, Holdeman. Go right to the rim.
Holdeman with the tough step back. Pretty looking shot from the senior. 6th man in the Missouri Valley Conference a year ago.
That poise now, West Virginia. Get a good shot.
Coach, it feels like there's too much standing around right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Haley's given his team a boost in the last few minutes. Culver still doesn't have a field goal.
Nice rebound by Dahl.
And how about that foul from Haley, 90-some feet from the basket.
No, not what you want.
Coach Huggins has a stool, and he's not needed that much tonight, but Pete, you watch Bob Huggins. He's been talking to his players on the bench. He's turned his back at times talking to his coaches, just trying to find some answers.
Yep. This is Justin Dahl's first free throw of the season. Not been there yet. They're big. Every point is big for both teams.
Culver cleans the glass. Miles McBride creating and scoring for the Mountaineers.
Perfect player. He's going to be big down the stretch. Don't press by West Virginia. 2-2-1. Trying to change it up a little bit.
Isaiah Brown lowering his head, getting to the basket. And now Culver's become an impact player on the glass. Haley navigating his way to the rim.
Here come the Mountaineers. You know they had to run in them.
Haley becomes the first Mountaineer in double figures. We've got a game inside 8 minutes.
I get Tibbins back in the game if I'm Northern Iowa. Another ball handler. Match the quickness of West Virginia.
Haldeman high off the glass, and again Culver will clear.
They score. I'm calling a timeout if I'm Northern Iowa.
And Haley with a traveling violation.
Wow. Big turnover by Haley. Here come the Mountaineers. Here come the Mountaineers. They're running. They're jumping. McBride kicks it over. Haley attacked the poop. Nice finish inside. Here they come. Stick with us on CBS Sports Network.
Fire dancers entertained the fans last night at the banquet outdoors here at the Hard Rock Riviera Maya. Northern Illinois and Northern Iowa extending this lead over West Virginia. And one man who has been here all night, Coach Greg Marshall for Wichita State.
Yeah, he wants to see who he's going to play in the championship game. I don't think he cares, but great coach. They put on a clinic. They were fabulous today. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but this game's going right down to the wire. Mark it down. For the last minute, long way from over. Mountaineers are making a run. Like what McBride's doing. Keebway's back in the game now. Big fella. And Austin Fife's back in the game. Northern Iowa, I like that.
Two players with 4 fouls apiece.
Yep. A great move by both coaches. Two outstanding coaches. Play with your big guys. You don't want to be the richest guy in a graveyard and have your best players sitting down.
Haldeman controlling for UNI.
Yep.
Maintaining that dribble. Wild shot. Rebounded by Pickford.
Could have brought it out. You had 20 seconds to get a better shot. Let's go into Big Oscar. Get him the ball. Try to get Fife his last foul. Give him the ball.
And a big triple from Sean McNeil.
He's a great shooter, Sean McNeil. Going right down to the wire. Here comes the West Virginia fans. They believe it. Oh, boy.
That ball was tipped.
Was it
Bob
tipped?
Huggins doesn't believe it.
I didn't see that. I thought it was in backcourt.
And Burhow can't hit.
Yeah. They score. I'm calling a timeout. If I'm Northern Iowa. Get the ball to Big Oscar. Get Fife in foul trouble. Got 4 fouls. Huggins is screaming.
And a blocking foul on A.J. Green of UNI.
Yep. Good call.
Feels like both teams have dealt with foul trouble all night long.
Yep.
Four players with 4 fouls each.
Yep.
And Miles McBride to the strike.
Good free throw shooter. 75% coming into the game. Big miss. Go West Virginia now. Isaiah Brown's got to step up. He can go by McNeil. McNeil can't guard him. He attacks him.
Ball back in the hands of Green. Haldeman with contact from behind by Harler.
Yeah, bad foul. You didn't have to foul that. I don't think he was going to make that one, Brett. I would go with a little more quickness if I'm Northern Iowa. Kimmons, another ball handler. I bring him in for Haldeman. Even though he's young, Haldeman has a little trouble handling a rock.
Here's a good free throw shooter. His 5th point. Derek Culver back in for the Mountaineers.
Yep.
And Sheboy takes a seat. That duo of Culver and Sheboy have accounted for and combined for 7 points.
Yep. Little game of chess. That time they took Fife out with 4 fouls. Put Dahl in. If you lose Dahl, it's not the end of the world. You lose Fife, giant loss. Get the ball McNeil now. He's a hot shooter. Run some screens for Sean McNeil.
Haley had his path cut off. Green going to the deck, comes up with a basketball. We've got a tie-up arrow in favor of UNI.
How about that? A.J. Green struggling offensively. Great hustle play. Came over, double team. Tie-up, jump ball, possession, Northern Iowa. Here we go. Defense, offense. Bring Austin Fife in. Much better offensive player. Take Justin Dahl out. 2-2-1 zone press by West Virginia. Trying to get some deflection and steals.
Even though Northern Iowa hasn't been masterful in breaking this pressure, they've not turned it over a lot in the backcourt.
No, they haven't. They haven't. 2-2-1 zone press. 1-3-1 attack. Get the ball to the middle of the court. McBride might pick Haldeman's pocket.
Haldeman off the screen from Fife.
Got the shot you wanted. I didn't think then, Brett. Oh, he ran with it.
And down goes McNeil.
A lot of perspiration on the floor. Bad break for the Mountaineers. The other mop guy, he's second team all mop. Not as good as the other mop guy.
He's going to get a few more minutes of practice, though, before tonight is over.
The other guy, he sets screens. You know, he helps.
That's right.
He does more than mop. He gets in on the offense. Two-2-1 zone press. Push him to the side. Trap right there.
And there's the turnover.
That's Dahl. Haldeman.
McBride in rhythm.
Yeah.
Big three from Miles McBride.
Big three. Tremendous freshman. Need another ball handler if you're Northern Iowa.
That was a two-pointer, a foot on the line, so it's a 6-point game.
All right.
Culver with the takeaway. He's had just 1 point tonight, Pete, but 13 rebounds and just grabbed that steal.
Yep. Can help your team win other ways.
McBride hits again.
He's on fire.
He's in double figures with 10.
Tremendous young player. Got a mop on the floor. I'd call a timeout now if I'm Northern Iowa. Don't wait for the TV. There we go. There we go. Defense, get their offense going. Push it ahead. Get the ball to McBride. Come off the screen. McBride from downtown. Pull-up jumper. Yes, freshman. Stick with us. Here in Cancun, CBS Sports Network.
Well, the fans got those final pictures at sunset. Coming in off the ocean inside the Hard Rock for this contest between Northern Iowa and West Virginia. This has turned into an enjoyable game here in the last couple of minutes. Brett Dolan, Pete Gillen. At one time, you and I led by 15. Here come the Mountaineers.
Here come the Mountaineers. They're doing it with their defense. Miles McBride's been fabulous the last couple of minutes. It's going to go right down to the end. If I'm Northern Iowa, I'd go with a quicker guy. I'd bring in Timmons, a little point guard. You can't just go east and west against it. You got to attack the rim off the bounce. Right now, Haldeman's a very good player, but he's having trouble handling the rock.
Here comes the pressure again from West Virginia.
You need another ball handler in Northern Iowa.
Pete, do you look to break and possibly score with a long pass? Or are you satisfied with just getting it into the front
court? No. You want to get it in. You want to attack the score if you can. But right now, good timeout. All right, good timeout by Coach Jacobson.
We'll step aside, Coach Jacobson, trying to figure out how to break this press. Game 2 of day 1 of the Cancun Challenge. The winner gets Wichita State in the championship game tomorrow night. Northern Iowa has led since it was 8-7 West Virginia, but the Mountaineers still have 4:12 to go.
Plenty of time left. Now Isaiah Brown has had a great game, 15 points. He's got to step up, help him handle the basketball. Right, Haldeman, I don't like him handling the ball. He's a good player, but he's a shooter. Isaiah Brown's taking out number 24. He's got to help handle the basketball. I would go small and quick. I'd get Timmons in for Haldeman. Haldeman's a good player, but against pressure, a little shaky.
And it looked like the shot clock was at 20 when you and I came into the front court. Brown lost that ball. I think it went off the shoulder of Culver.
Yep. Now, they used a media timeout before at about 4:12, so no media timeout now at 3:59. Every possession is crucial now.
Fife being tightly defended by Culver.
Good call.
And a foul. Culver is not in foul trouble. That is just his second. However, we'll go back to the line and shoot free throws down the stretch. Fife is not a good free throw shooter, 52% on the year, but he knocks it in.
Big key to the game, as you know, who's going to make their free throws down the stretch. Both these teams are going to be in the double bonus on the next foul.
Couple of calm hits by the big man Austin Fife, and it's back to a 6-point game.
Nice
and he'll
job.
check out and all back in.
Defense, offense. Pipe's got 4 fouls. Sit him down for a cup of coffee. No time for the cream. Be right back in there.
We've had so many stoppages. Coach Jacobson has been able to do that with each whistle, back and forth.
Yep. Question. Look at McBride now. He's got the hot hand. Go by A.J. Green.
McNeil creating inside the arc.
Tremendous shooter. Sean McNeil. Freaky.
And Brown and the Panthers break the pressure, but no given. McNeil. And Culver with another takeaway.
McNeil's hot. McBride.
From McBride, he scored 13, and this is a 1-point game.
They know his dad is proud of him. Here we go.
Matthews Jr. with the steal. And West Virginia, for the first time since it was 8-7, has a lead in the game. From 15 down to 1 up for the Mountaineers. From 15 down to 1 up for the Mountaineers.
McBride going crazy. Great comeback by West Virginia. The defense got him going. Miles McBride was terrific. McNeil with some big jumpers. Much better team this year for West Virginia. They're going back to the big dance. They mark it down.
An 18-4 run by West Virginia. All of a sudden, a few shots have started to fall. A couple of turnovers have kick-started this big run.
Yep. Ball handling pressure. That's why we like to have Timmons in the game, the quick little guard. He's a freshman, but he's a good ball handler.
And Coach Marshall wondering which team he's going to play, whether it's West Virginia or whether it's a rematch with UNI.
Miles McBride. Dad, Walt McBride, be proud of this young man. Doing it from all over. He's made 4 or 5 in a row. Put the team on his back. Here we go. Boom.
Pulling up off the dribble. He had a long 2-point shot earlier when he had a foot on the line, but 15 tonight from McBride. 11 of those have come in the second half.
Terrific play. 48 left in the first half, so credit West Virginia having the medal, the gut. 48 left in the first half, so credit West Virginia having the medal, the guts, the toughness to come back.
And even the beginning of the second, UNI came out and extended its lead, so it took West Virginia a long time to get going.
Yep, but they kept coming at them. They have more depth, more athleticism, more size, more length. Form down, but long way to go. You're Northern Iowa, take your time. All right, I try to go inside to Austin Fife, big guy, or try to clear the side for Isaiah Brown, who can drive the basketball. So, got to take care of the rock. Turnovers down the stretch have really hurt Northern Iowa, but they're a veteran team. See if they can handle pressure defense by West Virginia these last 2:41.
These two teams undefeated on this young season. One will advance tonight to the Cancun Challenge Championship, while the other will absorb its first loss. 2:41 to play.
2-2-1 zone press by the Mountaineers. Be smart, West Virginia. Don't foul. Don't put them on the line. Make them earn the basket.
Extra pass. Trey Burhow.
Oh!
First triple of the game.
Where's he been? Where's he been?
And our officials are going to take a look to see if it was 3 or whether there may have been a foot on the line from Burhow. What do you think, Coach?
I think it was a 3.
I do too.
Tough to call. It's so tight.
He didn't have time to take a peek, let one fly.
Your eyes are better than mine, but I think it's a 3, but we'll see.
Well, UNI has the lead again. We'll find out if that was a 2-pointer or a 3-point basket from Burhow. Burhow had 8 3-pointers against UT Martin, and it looks maybe like a 3-pointer by an eyelash. Taking a look at Trey Burhow's baseline jumper. The officials are borrowing our monitor to take a peek. That is the best angle, I believe, that we have on that Burhow 3-pointer. We're going to take one more look. We're going to freeze it right there, and we're going to call our third official over to our monitor to take a peek. And again, Pete, this is an eyelash. This is a sliver from that right toe or foot of Trey Burhow. We've got 2 officials come borrow our monitor, and I believe a third is going to come over to our table to take a peek again. This is the best angle that we have on this shot. So all 3 officials, Pete, have come over to borrow our monitor. They've looked at the same replay a couple of times, and I can't imagine that they wouldn't let it stand. Currently, it's a 2-point Panther lead with 2:18 to play. Winner advances to the championship game tomorrow night here at the Cancun Challenge. We're going to get an explanation. Just nothing there to overrule what was a 3-pointer called on the floor.
Exactly. The referee told us that there was no conclusive evidence overrule the call on the court. Official said, so they're going to keep it as a 3. Because they couldn't tell.
Coach Jacobson said it counts for 3, and it's a 2-point Panther lead. Emmett Matthews Jr.
Bride wants it.
So good at creating in the second half. Not this time. Culver a rebound. And then he hit the deck. Stepping on top of Austin Fife. And Fife has just fouled out. He was on the floor. Culver tripped coming down on top of Fife. Take another look.
Both banging each other.
Hard fall from Derek Culver. It almost looked like more of a foul on Fife as he was trying to create space before he hit the deck.
Yeah, no, I think it was a foul on Fife. Good call. Both guys were banging, but it was a good call against Austin Fife. Big loss for the Panthers.
Take one more look at Culver hitting the deck, tangling up here with Fife.
Now, he went under him with his back, and he went under the legs of Culver, so good call, foul on Austin Fife. How about the guts of Miles McBride to take that shot in the last 2 minutes, right? Confidence is not a problem for that young man. Be a great player for the Mountaineers.
He and Haley have been the go-to scorers for West Virginia in this second half, but currently it's UNI up by 2. And after taking a look at the replay, just a common foul on Austin Fife.
Right. Yep, common foul. He kind of lost his balance. They were boxing out. Good call, common foul.
Derek Culver to shoot 2. 1 of 2 in the game, 22 of 26 on the season.
%84% coming into the game, so he's the guy you want in the line for Mountaineers.
1-point game.
Get the ball to Isaiah Brown. He's your best ball handler. Oh, A.J. Green struggling. Great pressure by McBride. Oh boy.
A.J. Green probing. Tough step back. Rebounded Dahl. And a reset to 20. Dahl up over Culver.
Big basket by Dahl with the flex.
Panthers back in front by 2.
Deal's a great shooter.
Matthews Jr. with the left hand. No, but he'll have 2 free throws. Justin Dahl has played a bulk of the minutes tonight, replacing Fife. Watch him go to work in the paint.
Nice job. Took his time. He backed in Culver. Faked left. Nice jump hook off the. Look at the flex. He likes flexing. He's got a gun show. I know in February. Fouled out, so that was his last flex for tonight.
Dahl is fouled out. Fife is fouled out. And you could almost see this coming.
Yep.
30 minutes ago.
Yep. Got to go in with a guard now. John Pickford, 6'4" junior, Minneapolis.
That's 6'9" and 7 foot, the 2 big men that have fouled out for UNI. Emmett Matthews Jr. with a couple of free throws. Matthews adding some suspense to this free toss. See if this was on Dahl. It's that reach.
Yeah, he reached out. Good call. He reached. Put your hands up, but he reached down a little bit. Good call.
And the Panthers able to maintain the lead in the basketball with a minute to play.
I get the ball to Isaiah Brown. Haldeman is a little shaky with the ball. He might turn it over.
Haldeman gathers it back in. Headed block. McBride again. McBride behind the back.
Go right to the basket. I call timeout if I'm Coach Huggins. Timeout. I set a ball screen for McBride. Good timeout, Coach Huggins.
And a timeout with 26 seconds to play and 15 on the shot clock. Well, coming up next, we have all the intel, predictions, and results from college hoops around the country on Inside College Basketball on CBS Sports Network. But the Mountaineers a couple of times, Pete, it looked like maybe you and I had enough to seal this one away. Back they come again with defense.
Yeah, the defense is great. Terrific block. Miles McBride blocked a shot. It's the second one he blocked. Look at this. No foul, but a great athlete. Running back offensively and defensively. I'd run a high ball screen for Miles McBride. He's on fire the second half. go to the basket, maybe get fouled, he's a good free throw shooter, or hit the big guy rolling, Derek Colbert. I said a high ball screen. As Coach Huggins. Foul trouble. 2 big guys from Northern Iowa fouled out. West Virginia, 2 guys in foul trouble right now. Oscar Shibwe not in the game.
And this is where you worry, if you're Ben Jacobson, about a miss and a putback from one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country with those 2 guys fouled out.
Exactly. West Virginia's going small too.
There's the rebound and the putback. Matthews hits the deck, and West Virginia has regained the lead.
Yep. That's what they do best. Offensive rebound. Led the country last year in offensive boards.
With the 2 big men fouled out for Northern Iowa. Emmett Matthews Jr. follows this miss.
Yep. Shot in the lane. Tough shot. Good defense. No box out. Here he comes. Great camera work by our crew. Tap in by Emmett Matthews Jr. No screen out. Up way. He's way up high. A foul.
He went head over heels, landing hard on the deck. 16.5 to play.
Yep. Gary might have to take him out. He might. Who knows? Holding his head. I'd be careful.
4th foul on Haldeman, and right now Emmett Matthews Jr. taking a few extra seconds as our officials replay that physical foul to see if there was anything else before Matthews shoots a free toss.
Yeah. Wants to stay in the game, but he's got to be honest. If his head hurts or something, he's got to be careful. Box out. Boom! Oh, that hurts. Right in his head. I'd have the trainer look at him. See. No, Brett? He hit the head hard. I'm not a doctor, but I'd have him train to look at him, make sure he's okay.
You could tell by his reaction, the pain that he was in when he hit the deck.
Yeah.
Even though his putback put his team in front by a point. Haldeman trying to catch him at the very end, but it was too late.
He hit his head hard. Got to be dizzy now with that impact.
So Matthews forced to wait before he can shoot that free throw. And then just trying to make sure that he's okay. Everything feels all right.
Feels all right. I know he wants to stay in the game. But
we have had multiple reviews in the last couple of minutes. Coach Gillen has some news.
Yeah, he called a flagrant one. It's a non-basketball play. You can shoot 2 shots, and West Virginia has the ball underneath on the baseline.
And Emmett Matthews Jr. on the bench. Harler was going to the line to shoot 2, and let's take one more look. And this was called a non-basketball play, Pete.
Yep, that's what it's like. Yep. Yeah, he's boxing. He's not doing that. No, I don't agree with that. He's there. He didn't even see him. He didn't try to hurt somebody.
You see Haldeman throw out his hands as if to say, I was just trying to back up, and he went up and over, but it was a vicious fall from Matthews Jr.
Haldeman did not even see him. Did not see Matthews coming in.
In fact, he did not block out Matthews Jr. on the approach, which led to the putback.
Yep.
And then he went head over heels, did Emmett Matthews Jr. And again, there's only 16.5 seconds to play. And Coach Jacobson wants one more explanation as well. His team has led almost the entire game.
Yep.
Justin Dawes fouled out. Austin Fife has fouled out.
Now, guys hurt.
So going to the line is Sean McNeil, and again,
right. We had a flagrant one, an injury, the guy comes out of the game. Coach Huggins, the West Virginia coach, can pick anybody he wants on the court or off to shoot it. McNeil's a great shooter, even though missed that shot. He had him in there to take the free throw. When a guy is injured, and he was legitimately injured, he can pick whoever he wanted to shoot the free throw, Coach Huggins.
McNeil with 1 of 2. Timeout on the court. And we've had several stoppages of play in the last couple of minutes. This has been a physical game, though, from the get-go.
No question about it. Now, the big thing, West Virginia, you got to get the ball in bounds. Get the ball in bounds to a good free throw shooter. That's important because right now, Northern Iowa's going to foul right away. So I try to get the ball in bounds quickly. I try to get the ball into McBride, who I think is an excellent free throw shooter. He'll probably get fouled right away.
The West Virginia faithful have not had a lot to cheer about tonight. They've enjoyed the last 5 or 6 minutes of this game here in Cancun. The winner gets Wichita State tomorrow night in the championship game.
Yep.
And the loser plays South Carolina. Here's your reset. The fouls have been a problem all game. Arrow in favor of West Virginia.
Yep.
And again, 16.5 to play.
Right, 16.5. Both these teams get a double bonus on the next foul. Now,
and 70-47, the Shockers win easily over South Carolina in game 1. They will play in the consolation game tomorrow, our first game at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yep. Right now, you got good free throw shooters in the game for West Virginia. I try to foul Hal Sherman. He's only taken 2 all year. Not foul McBride, but once again, you don't have a lot of choice. Clock only 16.5 seconds, right?
And Jermaine Haley will inbound for West Virginia.
Don't let McBride get it if you're Northern Iowa.
Great catch by McBride. And a quick whistle with 15 seconds to play.
Yep. McBride shooting 71% coming into the game.
It has already been a 3-point possession for West Virginia. It feels like they've had the ball for 5 minutes on this side of the floor. And a huge free throw upcoming for McBride.
Right now, West Virginia's up 3. If he makes it, they're up 4, then you just play regular D, switch on every screen. But if he misses, I would foul. Wait to get over half court. Don't let Northern Iowa have a chance to tie it with a lucky 3. If he makes it, don't foul. If he does miss it, then I would give a foul. All right, now, I'm West Virginia. I'm going to foul. I don't think Coach Huggins will. I'm fouling. Don't let him take a 3. Foul him.
A.J. Green got too far in. Rebound to McBride. And Coach, why did he take the 3?
Exactly right. That's right. Why did he take the 2? Coach's son.
Coach Jacobson turned to A.J. Green afterwards and said, why didn't you shoot the 3-pointer?
Doesn't help you with 3 or 4 seconds to go. Penetrate, kick it, try to throw it to Burhow over there or Isaiah Brown. Somebody's free. 2 or 3 guys on you.
And the game's leading scorer, Miles McBride, has dropped in 17, and he has been a huge part of this comeback for West Virginia. And it's now a 2-possession game with 3 seconds left.
But a great game, tremendous win for the Mountaineers. And how about tomorrow's final? Wichita State against West Virginia. It'll be an unbelievable game.
From 15 down, West Virginia rallies and defeats Northern Iowa 60-55 to go to the Cancun Challenge Championship. So West Virginia and Wichita State, and Coach, that'll be our championship game after South Carolina and Northern Iowa first, but it's going to be a fun title matchup.
Great title matchup, 2 outstanding teams, great defense, and the first game, the consolation game, will be terrific too, so stick with us tomorrow on CBS Sports Network.
Well, once again, our final score, West Virginia wins 60-55. For Pete Gillen and our entire crew, I'm Brett Dolan. The Cancun Challenge, produced by Triple Crown Sports in association with CBS Sports Network. Let's send it to the studio for Inside College Basketball. So long from Cancun.